Last stop on the road to Dayton tonight, it is the Stroh Center at Bowling Green State University for this Division III regional final. Ottawa-Glandorf taking on Margaretta, someone punching their ticket to UD Arena tonight. Our pregame and keys to the game brought to you by Lima Chevrolet Cadillac, the area's premier Chevrolet and Cadillac dealer in the greater Lima area, serving Lima for over 100 years. We are proud to call this home. This has been our home here at WOSN for the last couple of days. Right. Patrick Handler, Mark Shine, and looking forward to a great matchup. Ottawa-Glandorf looking to get back to the state final. This is kind of their yearly routine in this case for Margaretta. Their first chance to get back to state since 1932. I won't make a joke at your expense because
I knew
of that
was coming. I knew it was going to come really quickly. No, I was not there for that game, but yeah, I think that's very true. I think as we get into our keys, we'll talk about the importance of that and not being there so long. But the interesting thing about this is, Patrick, the regional final game, I believe, is the hardest game to win. Everybody wants to play in the state tournament, and you cannot do that unless you win this game. Now, yes, if you win, you get down here and you want to play for a state championship, but you can't do that if you don't win today, and I think there's more pressure on this game than perhaps any game they'll play all through the tournament.
It is close to the end here. Only a couple more games for the winner of this contest. And take a look at Ottawa-Glandorf and Margaretta trip to get here. Of course, Ottawa-Glandorf showing up at the Stroh Center earlier this week and taking care of business against Emmanuel Christian. That was the regional semifinal for Margaretta. They took care of Worthington Christian. They had to come from behind in order to get the job done there, 69-59. So it's Margaretta OG. Canal Winchester on the upper part of the graphic there has already clinched their spot. They took care of unbeaten Malvern, so Harvest Prep is going to be a handful for whoever comes out of this contest tonight. And then, of course, we've got Lutheran East advancing on the bottom part of that bracket there. They took care of Cardinal Mooney earlier today. Versailles, Camden Shawnee, the nightcap in that regional final. Looking to see if Versailles can punch their ticket to the state and join Lima Central Catholic and Russia in our broadcast area, who have already secured berths to go down to UD Arena next week.
If I were the PA guy, I would immediately say, right before the national anthem, all you people from OG who were in Dayton today and made it to BG tonight, stand up and raise your hand. Because I'd like to know how many people in this crowd have made that trip today to see their ladies play this afternoon in Dayton and then got up here this evening, and how many of them got speeding tickets on I-75.
It has been a long cheering day for the OG faithful. Will the energy keep up? That's kind of what I want to know. Like, can they go 4 more quarters?
I don't think there's any doubt about that. This is a huge basketball game. Everybody knows what's at stake. The Titans play well in the tournament. They played well in this particular tournament as well throughout the 24 season. I think they're primed and ready to play.
We'll take a look at the matchups, and we'll also have your Lima Chevrolet Cadillac keys to the game when we come back. We are getting ready for regional final basketball action between the Titans and the Polar Bears. Keep it right here on WOSN. Welcome back to the Stroh Center. Time for the Lima Chevrolet Cadillac keys to the game as we start with Ottawa-Glandorf. The Titans keeping it rolling, 23-3 on the season. How do they advance to state once again?
Well, I think the interesting about is what they did in here the other night in their semifinal matchup is they jumped on their opponent early, and they let them know tonight is not going to be your night. So from the get-go, get out, get to a good start, and play well early on, and kind of let Margaretta know this is not your night to play. The second thing is all of this. We talk about Colin White. We talk about Caden Erford, and there's a reason for that. But they've got a lot of other guys who are making significant contributions, from Wagner to Tomaso, Schrader, those guys. And then Westrick has played very well since he's gotten healthy from his knee injury. They got a lot of guys. I think the final thing is experience. You said it earlier, Patrick. They have been here before. They've won regional finals before. They know what that's all about. I think experience helps today.
Titans trying to make it to state for the 4th straight year. On the other side of it for the Margaretta Polar Bears, you would have to think that the only people who believe that Margaretta has a chance in this game are wearing green. But the Polar Bears, 24-3, they've had a solid season as well. How did the Polar Bears shock the world tonight?
Well, first of all, I think the ball movement. They have 4 different players who average at least 3 assists. If they're able to move the basketball around, find the open man, and get good shots with those passing ability those young men have, that's a real plus for them. The second thing is they have to shorten the explosions. OG has that reputation of they go on 8-0 runs. They go on 10-2 runs, and they blast out on you, and all of a sudden you find yourself trailing by a bunch. Shorten those amount of times when OG goes on their big runs. And kind of what you alluded to a moment ago, they have to have a sense of, yes, we can. We can come in here and win this game. We can compete. The first quarter is going to be very important for them to prove that to themselves and to their crowd.
And also you have to think, can they keep the wide eyes to a minimum? There's a lot of young players on this team for Margaretta, only one senior in Gage Bodie. You've got a lot of freshmen who play key minutes, juniors and sophomores. This is an underclassmen-heavy team. How much will that come into play here, especially when none of them have been this far before?
Well, and that's why point 3 was kind of for each team. It's the experience of Ottawa-Glandorf against a Margaretta team that says we got to learn that we can in this particular situation. OG comes in knowing they can win. Margaretta comes in saying we got to find out if we can win.
Those are your Lima Chevrolet Cadillac keys to the game. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off between Ottawa-Glandorf and Margaretta. Keep it right here on WOSN. Welcome back to BGSU. Tonight's game is brought to you by one of our premier sponsors called Dale's Concrete and Decorative Stamping and Lipstick for all your commercial and residential needs. Also, a premier community sponsor for us tonight is Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. And also, our premier sponsor tonight, Ohio Logistics, providing all of the assets and operational support necessary to meet your most sophisticated logistics requirements. Ohio Logistics, the smart move. To learn more, visit ohiologistics.com. Our first quarter sponsor is Critton Aerial Applications, providing you with custom liquid and granular crop applications, all from our innovative drone system. Videos and information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. That is our starting lineup of sponsors tonight. In the starting lineups coming up for both teams. First for Ottawa-Glandorf, Schrader, Tomatis, Westrick, Colin White, Caden Erford. White, of course, pacing the attack. The OSU commit is, and however he goes, is a lot of way toward BG goes tonight. Or, Ottawa-Glandorf goes tonight.
Patrick, we were told down in the media room today, so we're going to go this as unofficial, that Colin White needs 29 points to get to 2,000 for his career. So just a side light to what's much more important, of course, is getting to state tournament next week, but that's a side light to look for as well.
Certainly something to keep in mind for Colin White. Looking on the other side for the Polar Bears, Bailey, Washington, Keller, Bodie, and Bailey. As I said, a lot of youth on this team. They're going to be paced by Washington, averaging almost 20 points a game, and Judah Keller just under 12 points a game. And this is a game where you're going to have guys step up. You're going to have guys get their points tonight.
Julian Washington had 26 in their win over Worthington Christian the other night. He's a 6'4 sophomore. He's really, really talented. See how he and White match up this evening, or who guards who, actually.
It is just about a packed house here in the Stroh Center. Of course, Ottawa-Glandorf crowd fired up. Margaretta crowd fired up. The OG girls basketball team showed up before the national anthem to a nice standing ovation from OG. And we are ready to go with basketball action here at the Stroh Center. And Margaretta off to a quick start. Can't get the layup, however. Had a chance by Gage Bodie to put them on the board first and missed it.
They're going to go with a little matchup zone in the half court.
White passing it off, simplified 4 and 3-pointer is up and good, and a great start. Grant Schrader of the Titans put it in.
There you go. There's your player receiving a good pass. They'll attack that zone in her. Here's the full court pressure.
Margaretta breaking it, getting it quickly down the floor. Tyson Bailey had it for a moment. And getting it back around.
Titans go man to man.
Kicking it back out. Simplified 4 and 3 ball is off the rim. White with the rebound. White passing it off. Here's Erford. A simplified 4 and 3-pointer. No good. Ball loose into the hands of Tyson Bailey. Out and running. Here's Washington. Giving it up. Off balance. Counted and the foul. Here's the Binkley replay.
Pass, catch him in transition. Erford takes the ball fake, and then the power move to the goal by Gage Bodie, the only senior on the program, or on the starting lineup.
6'1" senior at the line for a Lee's free throw. 88% from the charity stripe, and I kind of jinxed him there. He missed that one. Caden Erford with the rebound. 3-2 Ottawa-Glandorf on the Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard. White moving it around, gets it back.
Just watch Margaretta. They play a matchup zone. You can see them pointing to people as they cut through the zone to make sure they know who has who covered.
Good ball movement. Ottawa-Glandorf looking to find somebody open. Schrader working it around. Back to White. Top of the key, and you see a little confusion there on the face of Tomazos. It's great defense by Margaretta.
Yeah, it is. It's a different type of concept if you haven't seen it before.
Passing it off. Schrader taking it strong to the rack, loses control of it, has it underneath the basket. White will call a trip jumper and hits. Sixth senior knocking it down. It's 5-2 Ottawa-Glandorf, and White almost coming up with the steal. Instead, it's controlled. Here's Tate Bailey. He pulls up from 14, no good. Tap in, no good. Third time may be the charm. Here's Washington with a simplified 4 and 3-pointer, no good. Dave Westrick with the rebound.
This is one thing you can do, get the ball out in transition and attack that zone before it's set.
Here's Schrader again. And losing control of it, and it's going to stay with Ottawa-Glandorf. I'm going to say last touch by Margaretta. Here's a Binkley replay. See if we can get a look at it.
Schrader's knee buckled on him a little bit. Hopefully that's okay. He got up a little bit gingerly.
OG inbounds underneath the basket. Big pass out to Grant Schrader. Yeah, certainly hope the knee is okay. Looks like the basketball in that last play just touched the baseline there, and that's what the referee saw. Just as the Margaretta player touched it. Now going underneath is Westrick, and he will head to the line.
They ran a set right there where they were able to get a screen, a cut through, and that allowed Westrick to post up. He's not been to the free throw line many times this year. He's just 1 for 3 there.
Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw is up and in.
Already getting subs into the game. We're not even 3 minutes into this. A lot of coaches like to get bodies in there quickly so they adjust to the pace of the game when they need them later.
Alex Wagner checking in for Ottawa-Glandorf. That one hits every part of the rim before going out. 6-2 Titans.
Wagner goes to Washington right here. Interesting matchup. Gets a really talented sophomore, just made a really nice pass.
Indeed he did. Can't get the shot to go.
One.
I think you're right. Now White taking it almost all the way.
Westrick again.
Here he is. Westrick kicking it back out, working it around. Here's Tomazos. He gives it up. Points have not come easily for Ottawa-Glandorf here in the opening 3.5 minutes of this first quarter. And here's Erford with a simplified 4 and 3-pointer, no good. White underneath for the rebound and the putback. And a Metzger Financial Services timeout. We will take it as well. 4:19 remaining. You're watching high school boys basketball action on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Polar Bears defense has been stout, yet Ottawa-Glandorf has an 8-2 lead.
Well, right there was an offensive rebound basket. They've had a 3. They have an offensive rebound basket. They've got a foul inside. Titans have found several ways to get points.
Washington in trouble, gives the ball up. Good passing, simplified 4. 3 ball is going to be long. Gage Bodie unable to find the range so far.
Looked at Coach Keller. I don't think that's the shot he wanted coming out of a timeout, a deep 3 from the corner. In fact, he's letting his players know it right now. He expects a little bit different shot.
Foul on Tate Bailey here, number 10, as you'll see. Under no circumstances were they going to let Colin White drive to the rack. Titans to inbound. White pass inside to Wagner and has some trouble with it, trying to hang on to it. and recovered. Turnover forced by the Polar Bears. Judah Keller gives it up. Here's Washington working it around. Here's Bailey. Now Washington drive and kick. Simplified 4-3 ball is no good by Judah Keller. And right there is Ross Mag with a rebound. Here's another simplified 4-3 pointer by Wagner, and that one goes all the way in and out. Nice put back on the 18-footer there by Ottawa-Glandorf. Putting it in Grady Tomazos, and it's 10-2.
Really good start for the Titans, although it's just an 8-point lead. It seems more than that.
Here's a nice pull up by Gage Bodie and splashes that down.
That was a much-needed basket.
Ends the 7-0 run by Ottawa-Glandorf. It's a 6-point Titan lead. Another three-pointer on the way, no good. Washington takes it up and in. Nice move by the sophomore.
They started to settle down a little bit. That basket and then the transition basket there. Thought Margaretta was nervous coming in. They're starting to settle into it a bit.
Both teams struggling from beyond the arc so far. Margaretta has not hit one. OG only 1 for 5. Now here's White taking a strong off balance and the foul. Just the way they drew it up. There's the D1 prospect.
Watch him accept contact. Shows his strength. Right here, he accepts contact and still gets enough on the rim. Chance to make a free throw to put it 13-6.
White 79% from the charity stripe this season, has attempted the most free throws of anybody on the team and completes the old-fashioned three-point play. 7-point lead for the Titans, and almost,
right there,
exactly right, Mark Shine, almost got the steal there. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in the Critton Aerial Applications first quarter. And Keller, under duress, gives the ball up to Bailey.
Well, they're switching screens and jumping out really quick.
Keller has it back. Taking it up and in for Keller. OG lead cut down to 5, 13-8.
When you see pressure defense, you need to go to the rim. That's what they did that time. You don't back up against pressure, you attack it. Got himself to the rim there.
Oh, he thought about the three-pointer, drives in, pulls up, and no. Rebound almost corralled by OG, instead into the hands of Margaretta. And we'll have a foul.
Yeah, White tried to wrap around slap it, hit him on the wrist. Coming right. There, tripped him a bit too.
Second foul on Ottawa-Glandorf. That's the first on Colin White. Nolan Wiley inbounds. Keller has it, working against Grant Schrader.
White's got Washington now.
Yeah, he does. Keller looking for Washington, finds him.
See how patient Margaretta chooses to be as we're under a minute to go in the opening quarter.
And they're looking for seams, looking for something in this OG defense, but the Titans have been pretty stout as well. Here's a simplified 4-3 ball, and it gets it to go. Cale Bailey with the triple. Down to a 2-point OG lead. 31 seconds left in this first quarter. Here's another three. That one off the mark by Schrader. Tipped and kept alive by Wagner, and he's fouled.
That last jump shot out of the corner by Margaretta was a penetrating pitch. Here's the foul on this rebound battle. He wrapped his arm in and grabbed the hold of it with 25 and a half. See if the Titans choose to take the last shot of the quarter.
Alex Wagner checking out for Ottawa-Glandorf. Looks like that'll bring Ross Mag to come back in. Dave Westrick will also have a seat.
OG going with their best offensive set, and Margaretta countered with some defensive players.
Tomasas back in with 22 seconds left in the Critton Aerial Applications first quarter. And as would be expected, Titan's going to hold for final shot here in the first quarter. In the face of the Margaretta student section. Erford looking underneath, finds Schrader. Schrader puts it up and no, tip back at the buzzer, doesn't go. 1 quarter in the books from Bowling Green, and it's Ottawa-Glandorf hanging on to a 2-point lead over Margaretta. We're back after this on WOSN. Welcome back. Our quarter sponsor tonight, Critton Aerial Applications, providing you with custom liquid and granular crop applications, all from our innovative drone system. Videos and information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. And tonight's scoreboard brought to you by Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. Automated pergolas, retractable walls and screens, outdoor furniture, and outdoor kitchens. Ready to get the Critton Aerial Applications second quarter started here on WOSN. Patrick Hamlin and Mark Shine, Ottawa-Glandorf opening up to a 13-6 lead early on, but Margaretta has closed that down to only 2 here as we begin the second 8-minute stanza.
It was 10-2 at one point, so Margaretta finished the quarter on a 9-3 edge. Certainly they stabilized things and got themselves right back in it.
Ottawa-Glandorf, as you mentioned, had the fast start against Emmanuel Christian in the regional semifinal. Here's a three-pointer by Erford, no good. Never really had a chance after that. Ottawa-Glandorf really gave them no opportunity to come back. And as you mentioned, the fast start, but Margaretta has closed the lead and actually can tie or take the lead on this possession.
They ran a set for Erford. He just missed a shot from the corner.
This is Keller taking it strong. Nice defense by Schrader. As ball slapped away, did Bailey's. He's going up for it again, fighting for it, and we're going to have a tie-up and a possession arrow favoring Margaretta.
Tyson Bailey is a physically strong freshman. He's listed at 6'1", but he's put together very well, and he's just muscling up against bodies inside here.
Going up against Dave Westrick, a 6'7" senior, so it'll be interesting to see how Tyson Bailey matures physically as the years progress. Here's Washington tying this one up at 13.
That was a really pretty move in the lane by the sophomore. Tyson Bailey's going to get a little bit of a break. He worked really, really hard here in the first minute or so of this quarter.
As you mentioned, he hits the bench with the game tied up with a minute gone by here in the second quarter. And that one is thrown away for the Titans.
Tyson, they tried to screen the backside of the zone that time. The pass was just high. Titans have turned the ball over twice here in the basketball game. Margaretta's not have a turnover yet.
In trouble there where he picked up his dribble, but able to hang on to the possession. Keller passes it off. This is Cale Bailey, and almost had the ball slapped away by Schrader. Now looking for Washington. He'll pull up from downtown, and no good. And they'll say out of bounds.
I was wondering for the rebound foul. I guess not. It was just knocked out of bounds, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Take a look at this, and you'll see that Gage Bodie comes flying in. He knocked the ball out of bounds off of past Erford.
Our premier sponsor tonight, Dale's Concrete. Call Dale's Concrete and Decorative Stamping in Lipsick for all your commercial and residential concrete needs.
It's the type of defense it's very hard to prepare for. Your JV kids cannot begin to simulate this. White got loose in the lane, couldn't finish.
Now here's Washington. Back the other way with the left hand, can't finish. Give it up, Ottawa-Glandorf with the rebound, and Washington playing some tight defense there. OG crowd wanting a foul, not getting it. Tomasas, here is a long three ball by Erford. Simplified four-ing three-pointer, no good.
Erford's made 63 three-point field goals on the season.
And we're going to have a foul underneath. Schrader called for it. Here's another look at it, the Binkley replay.
It's good cause. I started to say he's made 63 three-point field goals on the season, but has not been able to get one to go down for him today, even though he's had a couple of good looks he normally makes.
Ottawa-Glandorf has a team 1 for 8 from three-point land. Margaretta 1 for 6. Here's Washington splashing that one down, and they take the lead for the first time tonight.
We're on a 13-3 run on the Polar Bears.
Looking for some offense here. Schrader from downtown, and that one can't go. Slapped back. Erford attacking, takes a step, and he is fouled. And he will head to the line.
Whoa, really good action right here. Erford with a step-through move, and there's the contact. A couple of free throws go down for him and make his field goal percentage feel better as well. Got to see that ball go through the net. It's very important.
77% from the charity stripe on the season. Erford, first Lee's free throw is good. And that stops the scoreless streak for Ottawa-Glandorf.
Tyson Bailey back in the game. Got that minute-and-a-half break.
Second Lee's free throw is good.
Diamond press this time.
Able to pass out of it, bring it across the timeline does Margaretta. Bodie was in trouble there, gives it up. Bailey slapped away. Here's White, lays it up and in, and the foul. Gage Bodie.
Did you see Colin White at the beginning of that? He was encouraging the trap to occur on the other side. When that did, he scurried back and found the open man, knocked it loose. He's going to get an and-one opportunity. Good leadership from the senior.
Chance at a old-fashioned three-point play again for Colin White. And the Lee's free throw is up and good. A little 5-0 run by Ottawa-Glandorf to retake the lead 18-15. Nice pull-up jumper, but doesn't go. Colin White with the rebound. Starting to see the senior assert himself here a little bit. Here is Schrader. That shot blocked, but he is fouled. Tyson Bailey picks up his first.
That was Colin White pushing the ball in transition so they could get a look right here with Schrader going to the goal before that defense was set.
So Schrader at the line. Half and half this season. Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw, no good. Grady Tomazos has a seat for Ottawa-Glandorf. Ross Megg checking back in for the Titans. Second Lee's free throw is good.
After going down to, the Titans have scored the last 6 points and kick. Yep.
Soccer and basketball do not mix. Inbounds, past OG's pretty stout defense. Able to get it back. There's a nice pull-up jumper. Doesn't go by Keller. And White with another rebound. Gets it out to Wagner. Back to White. Simplified 4-3 ball. Off the back iron. Schrader skying for the rebound. And the putback.
Schrader went in and climbed the ladder to get that one.
And we're going to have a foul on Schrader. A little bit of a shove there on number 10, Tate Bailey for Margaretta.
Schrader listed at 6'1", but the junior just came in and soared to get that rebound. Excellent timing to go get it.
That's the second personal on Schrader, and he's going to stay in the game. That ball slapped away and last touched by Margaretta.
The Titans were in a 2-2-1 zone press early. They've gone diamond trap 1-2-1-1, and they have caused problems. That's going to cause a timeout.
Metzger Financial Services timeout on the floor. 4:06 left in the first half. It's a 6-point Ottawa-Glandorf lead. You're watching high school boys basketball regional final action on WOSN. Welcome back. Our premier sponsors for tonight, Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. And also brought to you by Ohio Logistics, providing all of the assets and operational support necessary to meet your most sophisticated logistics requirements. Ohio Logistics, the smart move. To learn more, visit ohiologistics.com. Logistics working well for Ottawa-Glandorf here in the last couple minutes of this second quarter. White giving it up inside to Erford.
Patrick, in our pregame, we talked about limiting the explosions. The Titans have now scored the last 8 points, last 10 points, and there's another turnover. And Washington got to shake hands with John Cook from 93-1.
Here's the replay of that. And Margaretta, after having no turnovers in the first quarter, there's a souvenir for a lucky fan. Or John Cook. They've had 2 here in the last couple of minutes. The run continues. Erford, no. Rebound by Bailey. Now back the other way. Here's Washington. Keller gives it up inside and gets it to go for Bailey. And a desperately needed basket there for the Polar Bears.
That's correct. They stem the tide a little bit, see if they can get a stop here, or if the Titans continue on. White's trying to penetrate the seam of the zone.
Wagner has it, gives it up. Inside to Schrader, pulls up. No. Saved out of bounds by Erford, and Erford posts up nicely and puts that one in.
Erford struggled a bit from the three-point line, but making up for it by going inside, getting rebounds and scoring.
Long pass is caught by Judah Keller. Now Keller, pass inside, hook shot, good by Tyson Bailey.
Comes back into game and immediately gets a couple of much-needed baskets to cut the lead to 6.
White around to Wagner. White gets it back, drives inside, high off the glass, or off the rim, no good. Underneath, stopped by Mag. Scrum for the basketball. Recovered by Washington. Here's Margaretta with numbers, up and in.
You are correct, Patrick. They won the scrum that time. Were able to get out in transition, get an easy one.
And after the OG 10-0 run, now Margaretta has cut it back to a 4-point lead. Here's White, simplified scoring. 3 ball is good. Washington, charity stripe pull up. Nice answer.
It's on, Patrick.
Only the second made 3-pointer of the contest for Ottawa-Glandorf, and absolutely right.
They picked
Erford,
the
nice
spin
move, left hand, can't finish. Tipped back to Wagner, gets it to White. Passes it off. Erford, he thought about the 3 also.
Offensive rebounds have been very important to the Titans. They have a 21-11 rebound edge right now. And a lot of those have been the offensive end.
They have crashed the boards here so far, and now Ottawa-Glandorf slowing it down as we come under a minute in this Crit and Aerial Applications for second quarter. Probably going to hold for last shot.
One fan base doesn't like it, the other one thinks this is great.
Margaretta was booing it, and the OGU faithful responded with cheers. And now the Margaretta crowd getting into it.
They want to see one more stop. Titans would love to get a basket to have a little momentum going into halftime. Margaretta wants to stop, same reason.
There's a fun little mix of clapping and booing on the Margaretta side. It's kind of like the joyless laugh or white chocolate. Here we go. White in motion. Pull up. 17-footer. No good. Here's Washington. 1 second to go and won't get a shot off. That's halftime here at the Stro. It's a 5-point Ottawa-Glandorf lead. 28-23 over Margaretta. We'll see you for halftime here on WOSN. Halftime at the Stroh Center. Our halftime adjustment brought to you by Lima Chevrolet Cadillac, the area's premier Chevrolet and Cadillac dealer in the greater Lima area. Serving Lima for over 100 years, we are proud to call this home. Patrick Hamler, Mark Shine, high above center court here at the Stroh Center. We'll get into the stats here in just a little bit, the second part of our halftime adjustment. Looking at this, and one thing that kind of jumps out on the court is you're seeing some pretty good defense, but I think is contributing to the fact that we haven't seen a lot of great shooting so far.
Yeah, I think that's true. Although Margaretta has shot 47% in the opening half, both teams have not shot the ball very well from the three-point line. There was a game of runs. OG was down 15-13. Then they went on an 18-15 run to finish the half. It's been kind of back and forth like that. One of the things I'd be concerned about if I'm OG, Margaretta put 49 points on the board the other night in the second half. Once they get on a roll, they can be very talented, very good. I'm curious how this plays out now, what both teams are doing at halftime.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the second half comes out. Ottawa-Glandorf, as you mentioned, came out to that fast start, but Margaretta had an answer. The Polar Bears didn't let the game get away from them. They didn't let the moment get away from them, and they've responded really well so far.
Julian Washington, he's an all-district player, first-team player as a sophomore. He's got 8, but I think he did more than that. He kind of let them back. Neither team turned the basketball over very much. It was really a pretty well-played half for the fact that there was as much pressures in this particular game.
We'll take a break and come back and delve more into the stats and what the teams need to do for their halftime adjustment. It's halftime here. OG with a 5-point lead. We're back after this on WOSN. Welcome back. 5-point lead for Ottawa-Glandorf here at halftime. Lyman Chevrolet Cadillac halftime adjustment. As you would expect, Julian Washington leading the Margaretta attack as he is leading them. And also Colin White on the other side, of course, leading them. Stat-wise, break it down, Mark Shine, what are we looking at?
Well, I think right now the number one statistic is that OG's been just annihilating one of the boards. They have 21 rebounds to 12. A lot of those have been on the offensive end. I'm trying to find that on our stat page here. They've had 10 offensive rebounds, which a lot of those have turned into second half points. There's a key statistic right now we're looking at. And also the other thing is, Margaretta's only been to the free throw line once. They're 0 for 1. OG's been able to get to the free throw line. They're 6 of 8 there. That's been very important. The third thing I think that has happened, although neither team has turned the ball over very much, Margaretta's turned over 3 times. OG scored 5 points off those 3 turnovers, and OG turned over just twice, and Margaretta did not score off of either one of those. So those are kind of the numbers who got us where we are right now.
And there you see the numbers on your screen there. Ottawa-Glandorf, 34% from the field. They mentioned the 2 of 12 from three-point range. But that free throw number, and it's one of those things where it's like, well, it's just free throws. It's not that much of a difference. Those are the kind of things that compound once you get into the fourth quarter and you start looking at it. It's those little things that are going to get you to Dayton.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of the fact that OG has defended very, very well and not given up opportunities to get to the free throw line. They're not getting out of position. They're not fouling from behind. They're not reaching and slapping at the ball. So they've not actually been in a situation where they've had to create foul-type situations. I think both teams are going to shoot the basketball better in the second half. I think both teams are better than 1 for 6 and 2 for 12 from the three-point line. The rebounding statistic, if Margaretta doesn't do a better job on that, I think that really plays to OG's advantage. So obviously the Titans want to continue to hammer the offensive boards.
Both teams no doubt want to come out to a fast start. Do you think there's anything that Margaretta, apart from shooting the ball better, which I think both teams want to do, is there anything particularly different that they might come out with here in the second half?
Well, they've had trouble getting away from OG. Their man-to-man defense has been very good. They've switched a lot of screens. Washington's been able to score. Other than that, nobody's been able to consistently get good looks for them. Possession arrow gives the basketball to OG first. And I know we overplay this sometimes. The first 3 minutes can be really, really important. This 5-point lead could go to 10 or 12, or it could turn around in Margaretta's favor. I'm curious if Coach Tyson McLaughlin puts together a set play to come out of the dead ball here at the quarter break and do something positive with it, get his team off to a good roll here into the third quarter.
Do you think that's a big key? I mean, does Ottawa-Glandorf, do they need to come out here in the first 5 minutes, first 3 minutes, and really kind of step on the gas?
Well, yeah, I think that would really help them, but whichever team plays a really good first 3 minutes, I think that sets the tone. Does OG push the lead up? Does Margaretta come back, either tie it up or get a lead? That propels them into the rest of the basketball game. This is a really key part of the basketball game coming up.
Those are your halftime adjustments brought to you by Lyman Chevrolet Cadillac. The third quarter is imminent. Keep it right here. 28-23 Ottawa-Glandorf on top. We're back for the third right after this on WOSN. Welcome back. We are just about ready for the third quarter, the Critton Area Application third quarter to get started. Patrick Campbell and Mark Shine. What a fun environment it has been here at the Stroh Center this week.
It's a packed facility. There's people standing around everywhere. This is one of my favorite arenas, especially for a college arena. They modeled it after the old Anderson Arena, just upgraded it, made it a little bit nicer. It is one of my favorite arenas. It's a loud facility, big crowd. great teams playing right now. It's a fun place to be right now.
And really fortunate to have so many teams from our broadcast area who are consistently good enough to be in this position year in and year out. And as someone who covered basketball in another part of the state many years ago, that is something that you shouldn't take for granted, West Central Ohio.
That's correct. We have a special place. Athletics is very important. It gets great coverage and great fan support, and we're happy to be a part of it with WSN.
Ready for basketball action to get started. The winner of this one takes on Canal Winchester Harvest Prep, who upset, it's called an upset, unbeaten Malvern earlier on today. So Harvest Prep is waiting for perhaps Ottawa-Glandorf here in about 16 minutes. We'll see how it goes. Tomasas with a nice start.
There you go. They posted up Erford, and when he couldn't get the basketball down inside to him, the skip pass and a nice move.
Bodie hustles it down for Margaretta.
Let's see what Coach Keller came up with at halftime, trying to get some looks against a pretty stingy defense. His team averages 64 a game. They had just 23 at half.
Overall, not terrible shooting from the field. Here's Washington. That 19-footer doesn't go. But something that's really helped out Ottawa-Glandorf, we mentioned this at halftime, they've been able to crash the boards, even though that their shooting percentage is lower. They have had the offensive rebounds, have given them more opportunities. White passes it off now to Westrick, to Tomasas. Now White working down low, double covered, gives Tomasas up. His three-pointer is short.
They got what they wanted, though, when Tomasso's man left to double White. They got him a look.
2 for 13 from three-point range tonight for Ottawa-Glandorf.
One thing is a consistent, though, the Titans can defend in the half court.
And they have done a terrific job of that here tonight.
Here, even Westrick's had to switch out and guard. A guard on the perimeter has done a nice job.
Thought about that quick shot, did Bodie. He gives it up. Now Keller working inside. Here's Bailey. Bailey can't get that to go. Schrader is fouled.
He got knocked down by Bailey.
Here's the Binkley real estate replay.
Right. Here's the missed shot, and then watch the foul coming from number 10 right there.
Tate Bailey going for it. That's his second foul.
Here's a little 2-2-1 zone press from Margaretta.
Passed out of it. Schrader has it. Takes it inside, off the glass and in. And a Metro Financial Services timeout. Margaretta talk it over. It's a 9-point lead for Ottawa-Glandorf on the Ultimate Outdoor Scoreboard. We're back after this on WOSN. Welcome back. Our quarter sponsor, Critton Aerial Applications, providing you with custom liquid and granular crop applications from all our innovative drone system. Videos and information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. Our premier sponsor tonight, Dale's Concrete and Decorative Stamping in Lipsick for all your commercial and residential concrete needs. Tonight's game also brought to you by Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. And Ohio Logistics, a premier sponsor tonight, providing all of the assets and operational support necessary to meet your most sophisticated logistics requirements. Ohio Logistics, the smart move. To learn more, call ohiologistics.com.
Well, we've only been 2 minutes and 8 seconds in, Patrick, but the first 4 points have gone to the Titans, forcing a third Margaretta timeout in the basketball game. They have just 2 left.
A 5-point lead, suddenly a 9-point lead. This is exactly what we talked about at halftime, that Ottawa-Glandorf, and while it's not been a particularly fast start, it has been enough to expand this lead to almost double digits, and so far Margaretta has not had an answer. Maybe this is an answer here off the glass, and no good, but a foul as Tate Bailey is fouled driving to the lane. Here's another look at it.
Yeah. Westrick got caught with a perimeter player when they come out of the press, had to foul. These will just be the second and third free throws of the game for Margaretta.
Bailey at the line, one of the better three-point shooters on the team, 78%. That Lee's free throw is good. Bailey, a 5'11 junior, averaging just over 8 points a contest. Pretty decent shooter as well. That second Lee's free throw is up and good, 57%. from the field, 33% from three-point range. Hasn't shot many, but what he has is hit at a pretty good clip.
Titans run some flex against this matchup zone. Sometimes that works. Just run your man offense.
Schrader has it. So we come up on 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
The other thing that flex does, it gets all 5 of your guys moving, and all 5 of them have option to touch basketball.
Now Erford looking for Westrick down low. He kicks it back out, moving it back around. Now Schrader attacks, off balance, no good. Westrick had the rebound, and finally into the hands of the Polar Bears. There's a hot potato there for a minute. Here's Bailey, nice pull up from 15. No, White taps it out. Washington saves it. Second chance opportunity on the 20-footer is no good. White with a rebound. White giving it up. Simplified foring. 3-ball is good for Caden Erford.
Huge shot for him because he struggled from there in the opening half. Get him going here in this half will help the Titans.
10-point lead for the Titans, their biggest of the night, 35-25. Nice, able to save dribble there by Gage Bodie. Out to Washington. Washington, nice looking pull up and hits it.
Was that ever a nice looking pull up jump shot? Talented young sophomore. Pull up jumper and elevated over Colin White to nail that one.
And there's not a whole lot of people who say over Colin White in terms of making a free throw, or a field goal rather. Schrader with the basketball on the far side.
Coach McLaughlin told him to come out and reset their offense. Erford, they set a play up for him in the corner.
Good defense there.
Yep.
Double team quickly. Now here's Tomasas. He'll take it. Waters part. Can't finish. Keller with the rebound. Washington feeds it inside and still blocked. Westrick trailing White and got the stop. Erford gives it up. White thinks about it. Takes it. Off the glass and in.
You know what was impressive about that block? Westrick was under the basket, the other end. Steal.
Erford, spin, knocked out of bounds. Last touch, I think, by Margaretta. It is.
Westrick was under the basket at the offensive end and still got down to the other end in time to block a short jump shot, and we're going to get another Margaretta timeout.
Metzger Financial Services timeout. It's a 10-point lead once again for OG, 37-27. You're watching regional final boys basketball action here on WOSN. Welcome back. Our free throws tonight sponsored by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens. And our three-point sponsor is Simplified Flooring. We make flooring simple. Another timeout used by Margaretta, Markshine.
Well, sometimes you keep this pocket. I got to have my timeouts ready to go. But the game gets away from you, and you don't need those timeouts because the game's gone. Coach Keller says, I got to take one right now. We're down 10. We just turned the ball over, and he's trying to stop a run right now.
It's going to leave him with one.
Yes.
For the remaining 11 minutes and 4 seconds of this
I was trying to add 8 and 3, and I couldn't do it, so I'm glad you were here. You know what, though? We got to hire the camera guy beside us because he's doing some serious dancing at the quarter breaks and timeouts. He looked really good at helping us out.
Erford with the inbound. I have no comment on that whatsoever.
I don't know whether Abby Beck's a dancer or not, or Derrick Henry or any of those guys. We got to find out.
Yeah. Get some of these guys on Dancing with the Stars or America's Got Talent. There used to be Lima's Got Talent. Didn't that used to be a thing?
Here's OG.
I was never on it, so I don't know.
They're going to reset. Erford with a high screen.
Here's White. Looking to move. Cut inside. Fouled, and will go to the line. Binkley Real Estate replay, and of course White, they're not going to let him have any baskets underneath easy if they can help it. A little bit of a forearm shiver there by Gage Bodie.
That was a pretty good shove right there, wasn't it? Here's White.
Lee's Recipe Chicken free throw, good.
Up 11. There was 5 at the halftime break.
10-4 run for Ottawa-Glandorf. Make it an 11-4 run.
The lead goes to 12. Here's their diamond press that really helped them back in the second quarter.
If you're a Titans
And
fan, forcing a turnover.
Yep.
If you're a Titans fan, this could not be going much better than it has tonight for Ottawa-Glandorf.
In a team that typically passes the basketball very well, Margaretta has stumbled with when seeing this 1-2-2 press.
And the amazing thing is the Titans haven't done this with anything spectacular. Erford had the three-pointer. They haven't done anything that was, getting the crowd to their feet or anything crazy like that. It's just been solid, consistent play, making your shots, making your plays. And just like that, they've got a 12-point lead and another foul.
It's the third foul of the quarter, so we'll take this one out of bounds. Good passing by the Titans. And here comes the foul right there across the wrist. Tomaso's back in the basketball game. Snags had a good few minutes here, helping out with it defensively.
Judah Keller with his third foul. Looks like he has something on his face. I don't know if maybe he got hit and opened up a little bit earlier in the contest, or if that was from a prior game. I don't recall seeing it when we first started.
Agreed. Here's a trap. They're trying to trap the ball now. Whenever it goes
White
to the
taking
wing.
it strong and throws it down with authority. OH!
I'm in awe. I'm not going to say the IO.
Margaretta looking for an answer.
Back
Here's
the other
Washington
way.
going the other way, and what a move!
Yes, sir.
What an answer by Julian Washington, and he has a chance at a three-point play.
Julian Washington said, I got to get something for my team right here. I threw the ball away that led to that last play by White. He goes right to the rim, challenges Colin, and scores. He's a double-figure scorer, looking at 11 if he can knock the free throw down.
His first points of the second half. Lee's free throw is up and good.
Crowd still buzzing over the Colin White move. I think some of them are still buzzing over the move that Washington just put on as well. Starting to trap that first pass now.
So there's about 6,000 capacity. Back behind, and Schrader can't finish. Looking for the foul and not getting it.
They want goaltending. The ball was hit when it was on the rim, and we're going to get a foul the other way instead.
Let's take another look at the dunk here by Colin White.
Baseline move. He gets challenged. Woulda, coulda, shoulda got a foul out of that too, and throws it down in front of his teammates. Watch this. Right to his student section.
Boom, right in front of the Titan faithful. He had 4 dunks in the game in the regional semifinal, forcing another turnover.
Good defensive play by Grant Schrader to force that turnover. Here's Tomaso's
taking it all the way. No, can't finish.
Erford with a rebound.
Erford in there,
back up
and in.
Erford's having a really big third quarter. Titan fans are up into it.
OG getting the crowd to their feet, almost throwing the ball away. Washington saves it into the hands of Bailey. Bailey passing it off to the other Bailey, and up and in.
He waited for Colin White to fly by before he attempted that shot.
That's not a bad idea. Final minute in this Critton aerial applications third quarter, and boy, have we had some aerial moves here in this quarter.
Margaretta's been going more of a man set and then trapping out of it and leaving shots like that, but it won't fall.
Tomasas with really a second uncontested shot for the most part.
Steal.
And there's a steal.
Erford again, he has had a really good quarter at both ends. And now the Titans will try to play last shot.
OG with an 11-point lead. Erford has it. There in center court. Crowd coming to their feet for Ottawa-Glandorf.
Margaretta likes to trap first pass. See if they just keep the ball in Erford's hands.
The rest of the Titans getting instructions. Here's Erford, and Erford is fouled.
Good foul. It's the 4th of the quarter, so make him take it out of bounds on the baseline. But watch for an out-of-bounds play for Colin White right here.
That's going to be on Tate Bailey. That's his third.
There's a smaller player guarding Colin White. Look for something at the rim perhaps for him. Open, they bring Bailey in. That brings at least a 6'1" body in.
7.5 seconds left. Erford giving it to White. White looking, held, battles, hoop and harm for Colin White.
Didn't matter. Bring that bigger body on. I'll still go around you and muscle up and score.
Here's another look at it. You see even trying to get the hook, maybe the foul there,
yep.
So at least they sent him to the line with no basket. Instead, it was the worst of everything if you're Margaretta. Hoop and a chance at a foul shot.
One of the underrated parts of the game for Colin White's his physical strength.
Shot is good. Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw is up and in.
He's going to get a 2.6-second break, too.
You know, you're absolutely right about that, too. That's one of the things underestimated about Colin White is he's a lot stronger than he looks. Throwing it up to end the third quarter. Ottawa-Glandorf has responded here in the third. A 14-point lead for the Titans. We're back after this on WOSN. Welcome back to the fourth quarter. Our fourth quarter sponsor, Critton Aerial Applications, providing you with custom liquid and granular crop applications from all our innovative drone system. Video and information on our Facebook page, Critton Aerial Applications. And our premier sponsor, one of them, Dale's Concrete, decorative stamping in Lipstick for all your commercial and residential concrete needs. And also our premier sponsor, Northwest Ohio Recycling in Pandora, paying top dollar for aluminum, copper, brass, scrap iron, and scrap cars. Call 419-384-3392. Ottawa-Glandorf asserting their dominance in the third quarter, holding a 14-point lead. Colin White, of course, once White got started, new things were going to start happening for this OG team.
Well, I think Caden Erford helped as well because it takes a little bit of pressure off of White. They're going to have to attack this little half-court trap. What happens is if the first pass to the wing, the point guard goes in doubles. They try to get some action with that. See how Coach McLaughlin plays that.
Colin White with 22 points.
Either way, it was an 18-9 quarter in favor of the Titans. Wanted to run a backstream lob and couldn't because White wouldn't let him.
Caden Erford with 11. Here we go with the fourth quarter, and that shot will count. And the foul as well is Margaretta going to try and chip into this lead. Here's Judah Keller.
Keller just went to the rim with authority that time and drew the contact. He gets to go to the free throw line.
Lee's famous recipe chicken free throw is up and good.
Huge 3 points to start this. Now they're going to play some trap defense as well.
If you're the Polar Bears, you need to start to the fourth quarter like OG had to the third.
Well, they got it with that three-point goal. Now they need to try to get some stops with three-point play. See if they can get some stops. Of course, the Titans see this double team stuff. They're liable to just pass the ball and get good baskets too. Erford.
Up and in.
Strength move for him.
Back the other way. Here is Keller fighting off. No. Westrick skying for the rebound.
Erford was ahead of the pack. They couldn't see it to get it to him.
That's Dave Westrick.
He's played well this tournament.
Yes, he has.
Good to see that young man has battled knee injury, and good to see it. Oh, they ran a backdoor cut. White had his eyes open like, here comes another one, but they didn't get the ball to him.
Erford resets. Tomasas back in the contest.
No sense taking chances. You're in control. They've got a man-to-man set now for Margaretta.
And foul away from the basketball is
Gage Bodie just shoved two guys down.
I think one of them was his own guy. Here's another look at it.
I think that's his fourth foul, I think. Right there, he busts through the screen. Washington's okay. Somebody fall on your back of your leg like that can be a problem. Yeah. He seems okay, though.
Yeah, we talked about knee problems with Dave Westrick earlier, and that's a good way to develop knee problems, people falling on the back of your legs.
That is Gage Bodie's fourth foul.
So
got
he
4 points.
And he's going to stay in there. Tomasas with a nice pull up. That one is short. Keller with the rebound.
It's 2 times in a row Grady has pushed the ball instead of shoot it.
Long pass, almost out of bounds, but Washington able to save it. Step back, thought about the shot, gives it up. Here's Bodie, simplified foring three-pointer, no good. White with the rebound, his 7th. Takes it up and in, no, doesn't finish it.
Titans thought there was contact on White trying to get to the rim.
There probably was, but...
And there's going to be contact at the other end on Westrick.
And Schrader gets the foul. Here's another look at it.
Schrader was set to take a charge, but Westrick's contact came first. So we'll get some free throws by Gage Bodie.
And that's the 4th personal on Schrader.
Is that who they called it on?
They did. They called it on Schrader, yeah.
My bad. I thought that they had gotten Westrick for his contact.
So here's Bodie. Lee's free throw is no good. Bodie, 88% from the charity stripe.
Comes Alex Wagner in the game for Grant Schrader.
Margaretta 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Make it 5 of 8. 12-point lead for OG.
The really athletic Washington's on the top of this 1-2-2 trap. Makes ball reversal difficult. Now let's see if they go back to man-to-man, and they do. White directing traffic.
Tomas is feeding Erford. Erford working inside. Fouled.
Again.
And the shot. The three-pointers aren't falling, but the three-point plays are for Ottawa-Glandorf.
Erford's got 13, looking at 14, or have they not
yep.
put it on the board yet? I'm not sure whether it's up on the board yet or not. He has had a tremendous second half.
I think it's going to be 15 for Erford. They gave the points to White. I think they're going to fix that.
Erford had 6 points at halftime.
Lee's free throw no good. Wagner trying to tap it back to keep it alive, and it goes out of bounds.
OG in there, 1-2-2, a three-quarter court this time.
Here's Washington up and in.
Goes right through the rim and scores through that.
Washington with 15 points, averages 20. He's had a pretty good contest, but he's been one of the lone bright spots offensively for Margaretta in this contest.
Can you imagine what Washington will be like his senior year when he's 2 inches taller and 15 pounds heavier?
Tomasis puts
White.
that, and White to clean it up. Yeah, I think he's a possible Mr. Basketball candidate with how he's playing now as a sophomore.
We might have one on the floor right here. Colin White, of course, named one of the 9 finalists this week. That'll be announced on Wednesday.
Without a doubt. Simplified foring three-pointer is short. White with the rebound, and he has played like a Mr. Basketball tonight, no doubt.
Scoreboard says 26 points and 9 boards for Colin White. Add 3 assists and a steal. That's not bad.
That's a good night.
Posted up this time. Catches
Pass
Erford going
inside,
to the
looking
rim.
for Erford,
Yeah.
and now here's Margaretta trying to run. Keller, shot no good. Put back, not there. And last touch, I think, by Margaretta. Indeed, it's OG basketball.
Yeah, Keller jumped into Westrick and knocked the ball loose out of bounds. I know the Margaretta fans didn't like the call, but it's either that or you can get a foul by going through Westrick's back.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Metzger Financial Services timeout. OG with a 14-point lead. We're back after this on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067. And tonight's premier sponsor, Ohio Logistics, providing all the assets and operational support necessary to meet your sophisticated logistics requirements. Ohio Logistics, the smart move. To learn more, visit ohiologistics.com. It is 52-38, Ottawa-Glandorf on the Ultimate Outdoor Scoreboard. Patrick Hamler and Mark Shine with you at the Stroh Center. Ottawa-Glandorf 4 minutes and 2 seconds away from punching their 4th straight trip to the state semifinals. For the class of 24.
Trap coming at midcourt now.
They would have gone to the state.
White saw it and threw over it.
Indeed he did. All 4 years. An impressive accomplishment if it holds up here.
Westrick did a good job of coming to the middle to be the outlet pass man.
Margaretta tightening up the defense as
they've only committed 2 fouls, so they can be really aggressive 2 more times and not put OG the free throw line.
And Ottawa-Glandorf obviously in no hurry. They don't have to score. They've got a 14-point lead.
They're going to take care of the basketball until somebody gets a layup. There's a foul.
Julian Washington.
They've got that thing spread, Patrick, with 6'6" White, 6'4" Erford on top of it. 6'7" Westrick is the outlet man, and they're just confounding what Margaretta wants to do with their size.
That's a lot of long arms, and apart from your 6'4" Julian Washington, the rest of the guys on the team go 6 foot, 6'1", 6'1", 5'11". The size advantage for Ottawa-Glandorf is decided, put it that way.
That was the third team foul. That's going to be number 4 right there. So from here on out, it'll be free throw time for the Titans.
That's Tate Bailey, and I believe that's his 5th.
Scores table says 5.
So
he's trying to hide.
Tate will exit with 4 points.
He is. Can't be me. He's hiding.
There's a lot of Baileys out here. Maybe, are you sure it's me? Getting some help from one of the young men there on the OG bench. Hey, he's done.
His coach just.
And now the official's like, no, it's you.
Said, yeah, it's you.
It's you, Tate.
Now we're having a discussion over who the foul was over. Because they're going to put him back in the game.
Yeah, so Tate.
Oh, that's it. They changed the foul. It was not on him. Okay. He went back to 4 on the board. Here's the trap.
Okay.
No wonder he was so reluctant to leave. He knew it wasn't on him.
It's like, we know how this goes. You get 5 fouls.
Trap and lost the basketball.
And steal, no foul. Washington the other way. Loses the handle most of the spectacular finish, and that's going to go back to Ottawa-Glandorf.
I think Colin White being there in his presence and to challenge that shot, he looked at White before he looked at the rim and lost control of the ball.
I don't blame him. Erford, long pass, intercepted and kept alive. Nice athletic play by Gage Bodie. Judah Keller with it. Bodie has it. Simplified 4-3 ball. No good. Washington with the rebound. 1 for 10 from three-point range tonight for Margaretta, and another turnover forced by OG.
It's been pretty sloppy since we've had that last timeout at 52-38. At that point in time, there was 4:02 in the game, and both teams have been a little bit sloppy since that time. Here's White. There we go.
All alone is Wagner.
You knew that was going to happen at some point. They were trapping so many places that somebody's going to get open, and White found a good guy open.
Under 2 minutes on the Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard. It's a 16-point lead for Ottawa-Glandorf. Driving, here's Keller, pull up, good.
Young man's just a sophomore.
For Polar Bear fans, this is not the way they wanted the night to go, but the future looks very bright over in Margaretta.
Right there, Schrader could have gone to the rim and said, nope, the ball and the clock is more important to us right now.
Good team play there. Tomasas dribbles out, and then Washington commits the foul. It's his second.
Tomasas is a 75% free throw shooter on the season.
Nice bit of sportsmanship there. Washington went to Tomasas, say, "Hey, look, man, just trying to commit a foul. Nothing crazy."
Typically, the guy that you want at the free throw line shoots 75 on the season.
Lee's free throw up and in.
5th point of the game for him. Comes Westridge back in. He's there, the defensive rebound, and clogged the middle up.
Second Lee's free throw, short the rim. White can't put it back. Erford can't put it back. And out of bounds on Margaretta. On Ottawa-Glandorf, sorry.
A couple of guys going, how did that happen? We both missed point-blank shots.
That has not happened very many times tonight.
Titan defense has held a team that averages 64. There's a 3 ball, though.
Simplified 4-3-pointer there by Gage Bodie, and Margaretta calls a Metzger Financial Services timeout. 57.6 seconds remaining. It is a 12-point OG lead. Titans on their way to UD Arena. We'll be back. Welcome back. Our free throw sponsor, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's famous recipe chicken, where home style happens. And today's 3-point sponsor, Simplified Flooring. We make flooring simple. Ball out of bounds. It will stay with Ottawa-Glandorf.
Washington and White were scrapping for the ball, and both of them were getting up a little bit gimpy. And both of them pat each other, say, nice job. Two guys who respect their opponent.
Yeah. Two terrific basketball players.
Tomasos will draw that foul. Margaretta's out of timeouts, Patrick.
That's Gage Bodie's 5th. For real this time.
He's still on the floor. He's going to hide again. Maybe they'll give it to somebody else. He's still out there.
I thought it was.
Well,
maybe it was on Keller. Maybe it was on Keller.
That is one of the negatives here. I really like this facility, but you don't know who commits fouls because they don't put them on the board.
Lee's free throw up and good by Grady Tomasos.
So if you can't read the officials' hand signals from up here in the top of mezzanine where we are, it's hard to tell who the foul was committed by.
Second Lee's free throw is good. (57-43). By about the step back three. That one by Nolan Wiley. Simplified flooring three-pointer, no good. And oh my.
Washington and White going for the ball. Washington slammed it off of White right here.
And Washington just
trying to make a play for his team, which he does. His team keeps possession because of that.
Sometimes a play just needs no words.
White almost with a steal there.
Here's a simplified flooring three-pointer into the hands of Alex Wagner. And a tie-up will go OG's way.
There's the OG cheering section there. Student body down in front of us.
Members of the girls basketball team in the crowd as well. They celebrating their state runner-up finish in Dayton earlier today.
One of the teams they defeated to get to there was Margaretta.
Indeed.
The Margaretta girls. And one of the best defensive efforts I've seen a team put out in a long, long time. They were outstanding defensively. Here's Coach Keller's going to bring some guys in off the bench. So is Coach McLaughlin. And let some guys play in the regional for 26.7 to get on the floor here at the Stroh Center.
Margaretta crowd. Nice round of applause for their guys. Brody Fortman will check in the contest for Ottawa-Glandorf. Colin White coming off.
Big hug for Erford from his coach.
Holden Aldrich checking in as well for Ottawa-Glandorf. Joining Wagner on the court.
Brody Fortman has the basketball now.
Fortman with Ross Magg for the final 20 seconds. And I think we're probably just going to dribble this one out. Passed it off, and the final seconds as Ottawa-Glandorf for the 4th straight year heads to Dayton to take on Canal Winchester Harvest Prep. They're next. Ottawa-Glandorf heads to state 57-43 over Margaretta. We're back to wrap this one up. Our post-game activities coming up when we return here on WOSN. Welcome back. Our final tonight, Ottawa-Glandorf with a 57-43 win over Margaretta. Our post-game sponsor is Lima Chevrolet Cadillac, the area's premier Chevrolet and Cadillac dealer in the greater Lima area. Serving Lima for over 100 years, we are proud to call this home. 14-point win for Ottawa-Glandorf. I'm Patrick Mark. We are high above the emptying Stroh Center as the trophy presentation ready to be presented for the runners-up, Margaretta, and for the regional champions, Ottawa-Glandorf. 4th straight year, Ottawa-Glandorf has taken care of business.
That's just simply an amazing number that you have right there, Patrick. I'm looking at the stat sheet on the board over here. OG out-rebounds them by 9. Margaretta had 8 turnovers to OG's 5, but out of those 8 turnovers, OG scored 16 points off of the 8 Margaretta turnovers. When you win the basketball game by 14, those are huge.
Yeah, that points off turnover is definitely a big part of that. Made up for the 3 of 14 from three-point range that Ottawa-Glandorf had. And really, Ottawa-Glandorf, Margaretta, very tightly contested at halftime. They just had some key baskets. They had some key moments. And sometimes that's all it takes. It just takes a little bit. And before you know it, you've got a lead and you can keep it.
Well, yeah, they were up, 46-32 at the end of 3. That 14-point lead, each team scored 11 in the fourth quarter, so they just kind of maintained and stabilized. OG won the second half 29-20. Most of it, of course, came in quarter number 3 when they really kind of stepped things out a little bit. And congratulations. There's a couple young men in there who have played in the state tournament every year in high school. It's amazing. That's
an amazing statistic. As we mentioned during the contest, 4th straight year now Ottawa-Glandorf will play for a state title, so the class of 24 has gone to Dayton every single year, and there are not many people who can claim that in any sport.
It's a program thing. Obviously, there's some very talented seniors there, but underclassmen have contributed. Kids who have graduated, played earlier have contributed. There's a core here of seniors who've been a part of this for all 4 years, but obviously classes on both sides of them as well are part of this big run they've made.
Well, you see, some of the young guys right there, and that's how you do this. You get kids involved young, you bring them up through the program, and then, 7, 8 years, 9, 10 years, there's your future OG team right there.
Let's start with this, too, because Coach McLaughlin has an idea. He has a program, and he has an idea about how you are to maintain yourself during the season, during the off season. There are things that are expected of you and how you're supposed to conduct yourself and how you're supposed to practice and play. And he has established that, and these young men have bought into that over the course of all the years he has been there, and hence the success of the program.
And that's the amazing thing about Ottawa-Glandorf is that consistency, as you mentioned it. You have different jersey numbers, you have different guys, but OG plays the same kind of offense. They hold themselves the same way. They conduct themselves the same way. They play the same way. They rebound the same way. There's no difference from this team as far as how they conduct themselves, how they play the game of basketball, how they perform than teams from 10 years ago when OG was also in the state championship.
That's a valid point. And, of course, the community support that gets behind them as well. They know they're always going to have a big crowd. They know they're going to have a supportive crowd who's a knowledgeable crowd. They understand the game of basketball and when it's important for them to support their teams through cheering for them. And it's just a community-wide focus in that particular community. The ladies basketball team sitting down there, they've set that standard up, and Coach Yan has done the same thing with his program. And now Tyson McLaughlin, of course, his program for many, many years now has established a gold standard that other teams are trying to copy.
Colin Light leading the attack tonight for Ottawa-Glandorf with down as 26 points. Caden Erford with 13 as well. And, of course, the guys kind of filling in where you needed. One of the things that I've mentioned different times is you need other guys to step up when you get to this part of the season. And Caden Erford's kind of been that guy. He averages 13.9 points a game. He got 13 tonight. He was that other guy, and he had some key spots there. He's our Stolly Hustle Award winner tonight. And just, we keyed in on a three-pointer that he hit. I think it was the last three-pointer that OG hit. They were 3 of 14 tonight. But that kind of broke the dam. That got things going for OG in the second half.
I thought his third quarter was outstanding. And, of course, that's the quarter that they stretched things out a little bit. He made that three that you're talking about for the game. He's got 13 points, 4 rebounds, assist, and a steal. He plays very solid, as you would expect a senior to do, at the defensive end of the floor as well. So congratulations to Caden Erford today being our Stolly Hustle Award winner.
And there it is, our Stolly Hustle Award winner, Caden Erford. Ottawa-Glandorf is moving on. They will be at UD Arena coming up on Friday. They will take on Canal Winchester Harvest Prep on the other side of that bracket, Lutheran East, and they wait for the winner of Camden Shawnee and Versailles. Could be 2 area teams competing for a state championship. And, of course, Ottawa-Glandorf, they've heard of Lutheran East.
Yep.
They've dealt with Lutheran East.
Right.
They've lost to Lutheran East 2 of the last 3 seasons. So I'm not saying Tyson McLaughlin circles guys ahead on the calendar, and I know he doesn't because I've asked him that numerous times. But that's the thing that you're kind of looking at. Hey, maybe we got to take care of Harvest Prep first, but Lutheran East might be waiting for us.
How about let's throw out one more prop, Patrick. This is our final regular season telecast on WSM. We've had a lot of great people involved with that, and Ken Rieker today and Abby and Curtis and so on. But remember also, we are headed to Dayton next week to do highlight wrap-up shows on Thursday night of the Division I the Division 4 on Friday night. Yeah, I keep saying Thursday because I'm old. When we used to do this thing on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday now. We will be there Friday night after all the games are complete to put a highlight show together, and we'll probably do the same thing on Sunday night as well. So we're looking forward to going down there and being a part of this with WS and our crew. But this is our final regular season telecast. It's been a great year for us.
It is. All our Rowdy friends will be down there as well as Dayton, making sure that we put all this together. And this is our final regular season broadcast, wrapping up the basketball season and football season really for 23-24. And we can't do any of this without your support. We can't do any of this without your financial support and you coming to the games and watching the games and telling us that you like our coverage. So continue to support WOSN. Please continue to support the ministry. We simply cannot do this. It takes a lot to make sure that this happens on a weekly basis, and we absolutely cannot do it without you. So we thank you for your support, and we hope we can count on your support in the future as we hopefully are ready to call many, many more games. That is going to wrap up our coverage here tonight. I want to thank everyone who is a part of it over the year here for WOSN, WTLW, making sure that we can bring these sights and sounds to you. And also, of course, thank you for watching. Curtis Aldridge, Abby Beck on cameras, Ken Reeker, our director tonight, Jamie Behringer for BGSU. Thank you so much for your hospitality tonight as well. The final score, 57-43. Ottawa-Glandorf is moving on to UD Arena for a chance at another state title. For Mark Shine and our entire WOSN staff, I'm Patrick Hamler saying so long, everyone, from Bowling Green.